How's your Tuesday going?
He is Lewis.
I am an asshole. I really don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. But I like to think that I'm a nice hole of the ass.
You are.
Like, I'll talk to you.
Yep, you are.
You know,
There's
swap recipes.
You do we have that in common. We like to cook. There's a new documentary about, you guys know, you're familiar with Ashley Madison, Life is Short, Have an Affair. You know, are you, did your name come out when they got hacked?
No, I don't deal with such scandalous websites like that.
You stick to Pornhub where they don't ask for any information.
Right, I'm a higher class user like Tinder.
Tinder. Yeah, they had that infamous cyber attack where all those names got released. And the new documentary, according to one exec, is actually boosting membership, including famous people. This is Paul Keeble, the chief strategy officer. There's a chief strategy officer for Ashley Madison.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing an upward trend in new membership and increased activity across the site.
Got it.
People, don't always know that we exist, but the problem that we help solve is around the world. And so when they hear about what we do, they hear about our membership, it answers a problem that they've probably been struggling with quite some time. So it doesn't surprise me that when people read about us, hear about us, see us, that there's going to be interest. And until that day, until that changes, we're going to continue to operate, I think.
It's called Ashley Madison, Sex, Lies, and Scandal, and it is currently number 1 on Netflix. Man.
Well, a lot of those people thought you sign up for things online, you think everything is always going to be good and you're always going to be taken care of. And then all of a sudden you hear a data leak. I wonder how many dudes were just like, uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
You think she'll find out? But I believe Ashley Madison, you have to have some money to play. Like, that's not a cheap...
Yeah, I feel like...
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know how much it costs.
I don't know. Like, okay. Speaking from the female perspective, if you're the one looking for a man who's married, I guess, is the appeal that there's really no commitment possible there?
No strings
really
attached.
No strings attached. So to me, the only appeal is if the person had a ton of money. Because why else are you doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, I would never do it. I don't understand at all the appeal of seeing a married person. That's gross. How do you sleep? How do you sleep at night with your own thoughts, knowing what you're doing to a family, another, the spouse? But it's gross. But so I'm thinking maybe the only thing is. I feel like you have to be rich to be playing on Ashley Madison.
Yeah, but I think it's mutual, though, because both female and male are on that site. It's basically for, hey, you married, but you want some no-strings-attached fun? Like, that's...
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Well,
I guess that's the only appeal.
And remember that when it comes to female members of Ashley Madison, those member numbers skyrocket. The biggest day they go up is the day after Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Their female membership jumps huge because of women who go, screw this, I'm going to go find somebody else. And, and obviously they're not looking to break up or they would just break up.
But there are also those people that they can't not, you know what I mean? They can't not stray, if you will. Like, there is the thrill of, oh, can I do this and not get caught? And then you get caught and your world comes to an end. But while you're doing it, there is the excitement of being able to do it and not get caught.
Well, speaking of getting caught, a husband did get caught. And it is, you will not even believe how this guy got caught cheating. I don't know if there's anybody in Blitz Nation, and I don't know if there's anybody who would admit it, but maybe somebody had outdone this one. If you want to chime in, we'll keep it anonymous. But let us tell you the story first, coming up next.
Your rock station, 99.7 The Blitz.
Every now and again, we all fall on black days. Right?
It happens.
It does. Tuesday morning on the Morning Blitz with Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick, and Lewis, 740. Here we are.
Something drives you to Ashley Madison. That sounds like black days.
I don't know. Depends on what was driving you there. So I've heard, anyway.
You're going to have black days when your spouse finds out.
This is true. This is very true. Although, Wonder what would happen if you like confessed and I was doing the same thing.
Oh, it's kind of like that song, I'm tired of my lady. What's that? The Rupert Holmes song.
Yeah, Pina Colada.
Pina Colada.
2 Pina Coladas.
Yes. Ugh.
Do you
I
like
hate
Pina
that
Colada?
song.
Like 2 Pina Coladas.
It always made me
2 Pina
mad.
Coladas is Garth Brooks. The Pina Colada song.
Pina Colada song.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you like
yeah.
Pina Colada. I hate that song because it's two people trying to cheat on each other.
But the way men think,
I never knew that.
the way men think, if a guy got up the courage to go tell his significant other that he was cheating and said, look, hey, I did this, and she came back with, oh my God, I thought I was the only one. Then all of a sudden he would be like, oh, so you're that kind of person. Because, where a girl can say whatever, but if you ever get to the question of how many people you have been with in your life, when it comes to the girl, even if she says 2, that number's like 2. Oh, that many, huh? Guess that's how you were raised. It's just.
I feel like you should never have that conversation as a couple.
1,000%.
What's in the past is in the past.
Agreed.
Do not discuss that. Take that from your old Aunt Kelly, okay? That is some advice for you when you're first dating people. Don't go there.
Because in a guy's head, he could be like, don't ask me because my number's 37, and she goes 2. 2?
Yeah, like
That many? Anyway.
I'm looking at these lyrics. I guess I never really paid attention.
you never knew they both took out ads to.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the
It's
song.
it's an ad to meet somebody, and then they meet each other, and they're husband and wife already. How about that? We all like this. We like the same things. We're meant to be together.
They can love at midnight in the dunes on the Cape. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, so while she's laying there sleeping, I read the paper in bed, and in the personal columns, there was this letter I read.
Did you never know the lyrics to this?
I never
Never paid attention.
Yeah.
You just kind of like the groove, huh?
It was just there. It's like, I
Yeah.
imagine sitting on a beach having a drink.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, you talk about getting caught. This is crazy. Usually it's like technology these days that gets you caught, because
Right.
there's a trail. There's always a trail through your phone or Facebook or whatever. But this is insane. A 26-year-old female veterinarian says she was just starting a new job last week when they had somebody bring in a very sick puppy. They did an X-ray and realized that the dog had eaten something that had become caught in its system. So they had to perform an emergency surgery, and they pulled out the obstruction.
I know what it was. Do I?
What do you think?
Was it a condom?
No, it
Okay.
was a friggin' thong.
Oh!
An entire thong.
Dogs love to eat underwear for some reason.
Because it's got...
Yeah, we all know.
Yeah.
You don't need
Describe-
Well, you said for some reason. So.
Describe it. Are we talking cotton? Maybe a little satin? Was there lace on this thing?
They did not give me those details in the story.
Oh.
But
I was just trying to get an idea.
My friend had to pull one out her dog's behind.
a condom?
No.
Underwear?
Underwear.
Oh, okay.
I said pull one, and that's where I get the confusion.
I'm
I gotcha. No, pull underwear out
I
of
was
her
like,
dog.
did it snap?
It came like part way out when it pooped, and so she had to pull it the rest of the way out. Oh my
Jeez.
gosh! So the wife knew it wasn't her thong.
Yes, she didn't. It was a woman, and she said to the owner, "I don't understand. I don't own a thong." So she called her husband, and the revelation all happened while they were on the phone.
That is harsh.
The vet said she felt so bad for the woman. It was a horrible way to find out. Not to mention the stress over the dog, which could have died. The dog will be fine. The dog is good. The marriage, I'm not so sure. I think it might die. But I think
she hopped on LegalZoom for her divorce documents while she was waiting for the vet to be done.
She had it all done before she got home.
Can
with
you
the
get
dog.
divorced through LegalZoom?
I don't know.
I wonder if you can.
But, can anybody out there top that?
I don't know, but there are a lot of people like you that didn't realize, and thank you for the exact name, Steve, Escape, and Dave, Escape, the Pina Colada song. There are a lot of people right now that just discovered this song was about
Good.
cheating.
I'm not the only
really?
one. I thought, hey, man,
Yeah, you're just thinking it's a nice beach song. Yeah.
Josh has been married to my wife for 12 years this July, and for the last 3, our relationship has been open. See whoever we want as long as we approve of the people, because at the end of the day, we're still married and still love each other.
Approve? So you got to go up to each other and go, do you mind if I bang this one? Is that what we're talking about?
You go do what you got to do. I mean, you're asking if that's what he said.
Yeah.
I thought you were asking me for permission.
No, he said approve. I mean, do you show them a picture and tell them their name? I mean, how does that work? Do you have to meet them? What? That's insane. I can't even. I understand. I get the people with the open relationships. I'm not into that, but I get what they do, and I don't shame. But to have to approve, that's a new one. I'd never heard of that before. Yeah. Do you have to go through like an interview process if you're the...
Some people do. I'm not speaking from experience. I'm just saying some people do.
Oh my gosh. Derek said the lesson here is edible underwear.
Oh, yeah.
No. No, because you don't want your dog eating. There are certain things that dogs can't eat. What if the edible underwear are chocolate? Then your dog inhales chocolate underwear. That's a bad thing. Probably safer with the satin.
All right. I'm getting more texts that people didn't know that song was about cheating. I was feeling really stupid there for a minute,
No, some people just like the groove of a song and you never listen to the lyrics. I always listen to the lyrics and I've always hated that song.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it was just like another Margaritaville to me. Cheeseburger in paradise,
Right.
We're talking about food. This is great. No, there are, I knew a couple that they had an open thing going. And it was always, they had 2 rules. They both had to meet the person, and that it had to be, she had to know, they both had to know when it was going on. And by I mean, hey, tonight I'm going, you had to let the other one know, which is a weird thing for me, but I don't get it, but that's how they did their thing. So, like, Thursday night was his night with the boys and her night to go do whatever, and then, like, Saturday night was his night to go do whatever and her girl's night.
You have to be absolutely severed emotionally from your marriage to allow that situation. You have to not care. Can you imagine? Like, think about the 3 of us are in very committed, serious either marriages or serious relationships here, right? Can you imagine saying, well, as long as I meet the person, it's fine? No, because you are not cut off from the emotions when it comes to your marriage. You're not cut off from that.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be severed emotionally from your husband or wife if that's the situation, and agreeing to just go ahead and stay married, but you're going to sleep with other people. That, to me, you can't convince me otherwise. You just don't care anymore. You don't care that your partner is being intimate with somebody else, because that's a huge violation of your wedding vows. Your soul. It's a violation of your soul when it comes to the wedding. So you have to be at a point in your relationship where it's like, look, this isn't like good anymore. We're good with each other, just doing what we want to, but we're not going to get divorced.
Yeah, I have often wondered why, like it does kind of, but that's, I mean, for some people it works. Like, I think you definitely have to be a different...
It works if you're not really in a committed marriage anymore. Like, that's not the relationship anymore. It's not a committed marriage.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Steve made a great text. He said, I'm in a same-sex relationship with my lady. Same sex the last 20 years.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
It's... I mean, I'm trying not to be judgmental, because, again, I have always said that I think...
Leave the judging to me. And people can get ticked off at me for saying what I say, but I am saying when you get married to a human being, you are making vows to be committed to that one person. So if you are at a relationship in your committed marriage where you're fine with sleeping with other people, it's because you're severed from that relationship emotionally. You just don't care anymore. It doesn't bother you on either side to be sleeping with somebody else. And that to me is something different than an actual marriage.
Robert said, my ex-wife got caught having sex with a man in the bathroom of a bar, so he would buy drinks for her all night long. Wow, that's all it took, huh? Charles said, I've been cheating on my wife for years, got caught 2 times by giving the wife an STD. Okay.
Yeah, but you go to vows, and I get it, but you can I 100% agree with you, but I get you can now write your vows to be whatever you want.
You can, but why, if you want to have an open relationship, why are you going through a marriage ceremony?
Maybe you just
be together and go sleep with whoever the heck you want.
I see what you're saying.
Tax breaks.
Tax breaks, yeah, really. I mean, that's not necessarily...
that could be.
You know,
that absolutely could be the situation. You just want the tax
There
breaks.
are also people that their marriage has been over for, and I wholeheartedly disagree with this. There are people that their marriage has been over for a long time, but they stay together for their kids, even though they do their own thing on the side. And then I worry about it because one day that kid's going to be 18 and go, oh, so you've been lying to me for the last however many years. That's awesome. Thanks, Mom and Dad. So, but again, to each their own.
Steve said he doesn't understand it. He's got a friend in a polyamorous deal, has 2 ladies living with him who are also in relationships. He can't. He said he can only disappoint 1 woman at a time. Jeez. Nikki said she would sever her husband first.
With like a shiv.
Right.
I mean, you definitely need a different type of thing going on there, that's for sure. It's up on our Facebook wall, too. We were curious. What's the most curious way you or somebody else you know have been caught cheating? In this case, it was the dog eating the thong, but, you know.
I want to hear from somebody who can top that, though. You know, the vet pulls a thong out of your dog in front of your wife, and she owns no thong.
It's different. Joby said, humans are not meant to be monogamous. We're capable of loving more than one person.
Okay, Joby, then don't get married. Don't do it, because that is not the right thing for you. If you believe that humans aren't meant to be monogamous, which is ridiculous, by the way, but it's your view, so go ahead. I mean, literally, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. For the last 21 years being with my husband, married and monogamous, it has been it has increased my happiness 100-fold. So absolutely, I am meant for this life. And I would think my husband would say he was meant for it as well. If you aren't meant for it, Joby, then don't do it.
Let's call him and confirm, just to be sure.
I have read that like scientifically that it's in men's
DNA
makeup to, quote, spread their seed, whereas it's in a woman's makeup to find a suitable mate. And we are considered animals, and if you look at the animal kingdom, that is how they do things in the animal kingdom. You see a lion walking around with 6 female lions, you know. Same thing with bucks and deer, same thing. But we're supposed to be, as humans, we have evolved to be civilized.
We see it on The Bachelor, too. That dude bangs 25 other girls before he gets to the one that he chooses. And for some reason that works on TV. In real life, not so much.